All right, we're going to take a look at prices here for you on the corn, soybeans, and wheat. And then we have a special guest coming up here. On the corn market right now in Chicago, we currently have a softer tone, although it is off of our earlier lows this morning. September corn down 3.5 cents at 3.53 3/4 per bushel after the crop ratings that came out from USDA yesterday were unchanged on the corn for good to excellent ratings. December corn down 3 3/4 at 3.67 3/4, now down 3.5. On the soybean trade, the crop condition actually improved 1 point, and we have soybeans rebounding anyway. We have the August soybeans 6 3/4 higher at 8.54 and November 6.5 higher at 8.69 1/4. Now let's take a look at our wheat trade, and in the wheat, a lot of profit taking hitting the wheat market, although it's coming off of our early morning lows. September Chicago wheat down 3.5. Last trade 5.10 1/4 per bushel. In Kansas City wheat this morning, we have September down just 1.50 now at 5.09 1/4. Boy, there for a while it was down about 8 cents or so. Right now December down 1.25 1/4. And in the Minneapolis wheat, we have the September down 1 penny at 5.61. Ben Hushon is with the mill in Whitehall, Maryland, and he joins us right now. And Ben has had to contend with very wet conditions during the winter and spring. Then the spigot shut off, it went dry. And Ben, I understand that you actually have had another switch in the climate. What's going on here this week?
Good rainy morning to you, Marlin.
All right.
If you remember last week we talked and I was saying, boy, we could sure use some rain. We'd only had an inch of rain since June 23rd, and everything was hurting. But the dry spell ended. It all started Saturday on my daughter Tabitha's wedding. We were blessed with 2 inches of rain, and it, quite frankly, hasn't stopped since. We've had 1.5 to 2 inches of rain every day since Saturday or beginning Saturday, and calling for more of the same today and possibly even tomorrow.
Wow, gained a son-in-law and 2 inches of rain in the same day. That was quite a weekend you had there. So how are the crops holding up at this time now? And congratulations, by the way, from all of us.
Well, thank you. We, as far as crops holding up, the nice thing about it, Marlin, it is that even though it sounds like a lot of rain, it's been taking all day to get there. There's pockets that have begun to flood a little bit. You know, ideally, if we could control it, we'd say, okay, this is enough for this week. But it has been coming, and again, it's heavy no-till, minimum till in this area. Crops are tall, so we're not seeing mud roll out of full-season corn or anything like that. So obviously somebody's listening right now going, well, Ben, you need to get out of your truck because over in this place it's all flooded out. But in our area, with all our rolling hills, it's been pretty good. And honestly, everybody needs it. The hay folks, the late planted full season corn, double crop beans were barely out of the ground, just sitting there. And even the vegetable and produce people are able to save some money and turn their irrigation off. So it's pretty much a win-win all the way around, but it could never wish rain away, my grandmother said. Never wish rain away.
Well, it has not been a consistent growing season. It has been fairly adventurous, that's for sure, but hopefully all the crops will hold up just fine. Thank you so much for the update. Good to hear from you again, and once again, congratulations on your daughter's wedding this past weekend, too. Ben Hushon of the Mill in Whitehall, Maryland. We'll be back in just a moment, and we'll sort out your livestock trade right after this.